being ruled by sick people, by mad people, by liars and thieves and criminals. These are the people who are in power in Kenya, in Africa. That is the situation we are living in. We cannot continue living like this. My dear friends, we must resist. Resistance is the only way for this country, for Africa. People are dying everywhere. Even in Congo, people are suffering.
In Kenya, when the government wanted to put some new taxes to be able to pay their debt at the IMF, you know, already the people are suffering in Kenya. So when it happened like that, the people went on the street and started to make demonstrations, and it became a clash between them and the forces, and the police and the military and stuff like that. So unfortunately, some of our brothers, of them died. So it became till today there is much of ongoing protests. So they arrested. There are some activists that they will arrest them, definitely. Those who are behind all this, those who want the better situation for the ordinary Africans, not those who are in power and have a better life and the others are not. So this is the brother, one of the brothers that they arrested, and then they took him to court, so he has to say what he thinks. They put some charges on him. So
with others from before court, we created disturbance in a manner likely to cause a breach of peace by yelling, shouting, and attempt to disrupt the photo shooting session by the Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury and Economic Planning and his delegates. Is it true or not true? Julius, is it true or not true?
Okay, I don't want to betray my concerns. Your Honor.
Can you respond to us what you're doing? Is it true or not true? You'll be given time.
It's true. And as I said, I don't want to betray my concerns. I'm ready to do anything to see change in this country. I'm ready to die for freedom. I'm ready to die for justice. I'm ready to die for equality. We cannot continue living as slaves in our own country, in the land of our fathers, the land where our fathers bled and died to free this nation from the shackles of colonialism. Colonialism never really ended in this country. Even in this court, they use colonial penal codes, colonial laws. That is why I cannot get justice in a court of law. I want to speak myself. I realize that there comes an existential moment in time when you must speak for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. I am tired, so sick and tired of living as a slave in my own country. And I'll say this a lot of times, many times, and I'm going to do so many things, so many actions to bring change into this country. We cannot continue to be ruled like this, being ruled by sick people, by mad people, by liars and thieves and criminals. These are the people who are in power in Kenya, in Africa. That is the situation we are living in. That is kind of life we are living in. That's why people are dying and nobody cares. Poor people are suffering, nobody cares. So I don't know what's the role of the government. I don't know. I want to know today, what's the role of the government? To protect the people or to kill the people or to make the people suffer? I think we have failed our people. The government has failed, everybody has failed. We have also failed ourselves. I don't know, my concerns will not allow me to keep silent. And at any time, at any moment. I don't know whether this is going to come up anywhere, but we must have this debate. We must have this conversation. We cannot continue living in fear. I see a lot of fear in this country. A lot of fear in the courts. Just yesterday we saw a magistrate who was shot by a police officer. I want to speak, my dear friends. I want to speak because when you try to tell me to keep silent, my heart is burning. You know, it's burning because of this country. Because for 60 years we have been living like we are not human beings, like we are half human beings. We are considered like children of a lesser God. Now, this cannot continue. It cannot continue in any way. We are ruled by a minority that does not care for the interests of the majority. Politicians are liars and thieves, and they have stolen our freedom, they have stolen our minds, they have stolen our land, they have stolen our future. Politicians are established in lies and failed promises. We are victims of lies and failed promises, deferred hopes, and blasted dreams for 60 years. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether you're going to sentence me. I'm ready to be sentenced for 100 years. But I'm going to keep speaking the truth until the day I leave this world. We cannot continue living like this. My dear friends, we must resist. Resistance is the only way for this country, for Africa. People are dying everywhere. Even in Congo, people are suffering and we are silent. I don't know. We have failed as human beings. We have completely failed as human beings. We are on a test as human beings. I don't know why we call ourselves Christians. I don't know why we call ourselves educated people, civilized people. We are not. We are not civilized at all. We are stupid. And this stupidity is taking a toll on this country. Too much toll. It's so bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. We cannot continue living like this. The government must get out of the people.
But on his behalf, Your Honor, is confirmed that he's enjoying.
You heard what the brother is saying. These are the people who want the best for the country. No president. Like those who we thought like they love Africa, those are dead and gone. Those are the people who fought. Those we call them prophets, right? With the Thomas Sankara, the Kwame Nkrumah, all these Bob Marley. He's a black, so he's African. All of them were preaching one same message: how to unite the African people, how to unite and make a one force for African people. Bob Marley sang a song, Africa Unite. All these was like, you know, messages all over. The Malcolm X, he's a black, so he's also an African. With Martin Luther King, all of them. We have so many of them. Mandela, you know, all of them were having the same message. So we can have equal right, so we can have like justice, so like we can serve our own people. They were against the foreign powers that they influence in Africa, but we gave them a chance because these brothers are fighting for the ordinary people of Kenya, but still the government has to deal with them. They have to put them in prison, like all over Africa. You know, these are the guys who love the country. But to talk about the leaders, they are okay. You know, these guys telling like he's ready to die for the truth. Which of the leaders did you hear him come out and say, I am going to fight and end the corruption in Africa, so Africa will be a better place for Africans, so Africans will feel the pride to stay on the continent and save their country? No, they will not die. They will not even get an injury for the country. All they know is, you know. So let's continue.
Colonial law. That is why I cannot get justice in a court of law. I want to speak myself. I realize that there comes a legislation movement in life when you must speak for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. I am tired. I'm so sick and tired of living in my own country. And I've said these a lot of times, many times, and I'm going to do so many things, so many actions to bring change into this country. You cannot continue to be ruled like this. Being ruled by sick people, by mad people, by liars and thieves and criminals. These are the people who are in power in Kenya, in Africa. That is the situation we are living in. That's the kind of life we are living in. That's why people are dying and nobody cares. People are suffering, nobody cares. So I don't know what's the role of the government. I don't know. I want to know today what's the role of the government. Protect the people or to kill the people or to make the people suffer. I think we have failed our people. The government has failed. Everybody has failed. We have also failed ourselves. I don't know. My concerns will not allow me to decide at any time, at any moment. I don't know whether this is going to come up anywhere, but we must have this debate. We must have this conversation. We cannot continue living in fear. I see a lot of fear in this country. A lot of fear in the courts. Just yesterday we saw a magistrate who was shot by a police officer. I want to speak, my dear friends. I want to speak because when you try to...
So as you can see in the video, he's trying to tell them exactly what the problem is. But they are trying to shut him up. You can see, I think that was his lawyer sitting next to him and trying to shut him up. Because, yeah, maybe they will use those words against him. So, being his lawyer, definitely he has to try to make him not say, you know, some of the things. Because they are very strong words that he is saying. And if you know Africa, you don't have to go against him. Because, you know, as an African, you should know what's going on. By now, you should know. He is saying exactly the way it is. But that is Africa. These guys are the people who are ready to put their life for Africa. But tell me, how much does he earn? How much does he benefit from Africa? How much does he benefit from his own country? The leaders that are benefiting from the country are not, like, they are not ready. They are never ready. Let me tell you, the leaders are benefiting from the poor governance in Africa because they have to go for loans. And through the loan, they get whatever they want to get. No accountability. You have a country with no accountability, then how do you expect the country to progress? Yeah? Look, in Africa, like many of the countries, almost 99.9% of the countries don't have accountability. Yes. And if you don't have that, people will do whatever they want. They will just do whatever they want. That is what he is trying to say. The government is always against the citizens. Ordinary African, a person from outside, from Europe, has like protection more than the African person in Africa. Yes. He has right more than an African in Africa. You know, Africans even feel safe in Europe than Africa. These are the real truth. These are facts. If not, why are Africans running away from Africa? You know?
Tell me to keep silent. My heart is burning. You know, it's burning because of this country. Because for 60 years, we have been living like we are not human beings. Like we are half human beings. We are considered like children of a lesser God. Now, this cannot continue. It cannot continue in any way. We are ruled by a minority that does not care for the interests of the majority. Politicians are lies and thieves. And they've stolen our freedom, they've stolen our minds, they've stolen our land, they've stolen our future. Politicians are established in lies and failed promises. We are victims of lies and failed promises, defied hopes and blasted dreams for 60 years. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether you're going to sentence me. I'm ready to be sentenced for 100 years. But I'm going to keep speaking the truth until the day I leave this world. We cannot continue living like this. My dear friends, we must resist. Resistance is the only way for this country, for Africa. People are dying everywhere. Even in Congo, people are suffering and we are silent. I don't know. We have failed as human beings. We have completely failed as human beings. We are on a test as human beings. I don't know why we call ourselves Christians. I don't know why we call ourselves educated people, civilized people. We are not. We are not civilized at all. We are stupid. And this stupidity is taking a toll on this country. Too much toll. It's so bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. We cannot continue living like this. The government must get out of the people.
But on its behalf, the owner is confirmed that is enjoying.
There we have it. That has been our candidate speech for today.
So, you heard it yourself. Nothing to add anymore, you know. He has said everything. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't disturbed because of only his country. He knows this is in and like almost entire Africa, you know. And it's very sad. It's very, very sad. It's very sad. And you know, we have to first liberate ourselves, you know, from our corrupt leaders before we would think about like maybe some foreign powers are interfering in our elections or in our whatever, you know. First we have to start tackling this ourselves. The leaders, hold them accountable, you know. But they will not, because any leader who wants the best for Africa must change the constitution. We have to like apply harsh conditions for the politicians. If they steal money, they have to face the law. So if not, we are in serious danger. That I'm sorry, I don't think we can survive this. You know, the corruption is what is killing us. People will take contract and will not do the job and will not refund the money. They will not pay the money back. That's all. It's just like the government or something is an institution that they fix their own people. So if someone if someone steals something, it's okay, because after all they are family or maybe they are friends, and you know they will keep on protecting each other, you know. So our problem is within ourselves, you know. If we are not able to solve those ones within ourselves, even our waste management, we cannot even manage our waste. Yes, we cannot. Not to talk about managing the rest of the things. But like I said, people want contract all the time, so they don't do good job. They always want to take some money and do a bad job, so the next 3-4 years they have to take another big money to say they want to solve that problem. So the problem will never, like if there's no accountability, the problem will never be solved. So that is it. The brother has said everything. He has said almost everything. You can feel the pain from his heart. Yes, you can feel the pain. Now they will go and lock him up. Who knows what will happen to him, because there's no accountability. Everyone does whatever they want, and yeah, just like that. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching.